Cameron, your exam results are as follows. F, 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 D. I cannot tell you how small I felt in that moment. Like, my mum didn't even believe me that I'd failed my exams. So for context, I just came back from tank cleaning in Orkney and I felt like an absolute loser. My exam results were on my birthday and I failed. It was absolutely miserable how I felt in that moment. So this is for you if you feel like a loser right now whilst you're watching this. Because let me tell you something. It doesn't have to be that way forever, no matter how you feel right now. And maybe you're looking around you and you've got all these friends who seem to land on their feet. They get all the jobs they want, they get all the girls they want, like they go on multiple fancy holidays a year and they seem to be living the life, always landing on their feet, it just seems like you're the only one struggling. And you're desperately trying not to compare yourself to these guys, right? But it's impossible because everybody's on Instagram posting their day one of their mortgages and living life, like posting their once the holiday, then they're updating everything on Snapchat for the Friday to Sunday. And it's just like you start getting questions like, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to get a normal job and be like everyone else? And it used to, I don't know if you can relate to this, but it drove me absolutely insane. And I'm going to take you back to the lowest point that I can remember feeling. Within the last year even, it's 4:30 a.m. I'm on an oil rig in the middle of the North Sea on my 20th night shift in a row. My eyes are bloodshot and shaking. And I looked it up and it says that it's a lack of vitamin D. So I've literally got no vitamin D in my body and my eyes are going like, and it's probably the overdose of caffeine as well. And I'm thinking about all the failures that I've had in my life, right? I got rejected by the military. That was my dream, to go to the Marines. And then I never, ever, ever used to get any attention from any girls ever. I was a complete loser. I got fired from multiple jobs. I lost fights in front of my whole well, not my whole town, but 600 people. Every time I spoke about wanting to do something with my life, friends and co-workers would laugh, right? And every break time I was on this oil rig, I'd watch the same guys over and over and over talk about, speaking about how his house is better and bigger and he's paying more for this fancy car on lease, and they're bragging about where they're going on holiday next year. And I just sat there thinking, why the fuck am I here? This is horrendous. And I was planning my escape. I was studying marketing, studying copywriting, dreaming of my escape. Everybody else thought I was crazy. And there I was. And what I realized is, like, all those failures, all those 4:30 a.m. starts or finishes because I'm on nights, every break, every work that I did in my break and all the time that I put in, it wasn't that I was failing, it was building up. I was building up hunger and drive whilst everyone else seemed to be winning then. I was building up to have some results one day, right? And to take you back even further, I used to get physically and mentally abused by a stepdad on a farm. He hated me and I hated him. And I did all those shit jobs that he wanted me to do. And then I went on and worked in factories and oil rigs and picked up dog shit. And I watched everyone else succeed, or so I thought, up until a certain point in my life. So all that shit that I went through, and now I get to live my life in a way that is, in my opinion, way better. Like, it doesn't matter if you appear to be a loser in life early and you get your bloom later in life. It gives you hunger, drive and resilience with everything you went through. Does that make sense? Because everybody else around you gets comfortable, they get the mortgage, they get the car, and they do that very, very fast, very young. And then you're there trying to figure shit out. That's okay. You've chose hard now, easy later, which is what I did. I didn't fancy working for the bank for 30 years, having kids so early that I couldn't afford it, having Sunday night dread and HR politics and dealing with Karens at work and being degenerate my whole life, watching porn and listening to everyone speak about the stuff they got up to the weekend with the drugs. And I just went, no, I chose freedom. I wake up where I want and I work from where I want and I choose my income, because if I put more work in, my income will go up. I'm not tied to something that I don't want to do. So if this sounds like something you'd like to do, subscribe to the channel, because I'm only getting started and you can see the difference in the two paths. I think, to me, I'm now actually winning in life. Although I'm not absolutely loaded, I feel like this is